Alright my broskies, Captain Arch back with a 2-for-1 special on the Veteran Operative. I want to thank everyone that's been watching my other guides. I'm absolutely blown away at how many views my videos are getting and how the bros are sharing that it's helping them. I want to give a special shout out to one of the bros, Billy the Kid. Thanks for always stopping by to check out my videos, my G. Without further ado, here's the guide. Step 4, fellow operatives. Into the crucible of Warhammer 40k Darktide, where the veteran's mantle bears the weight of both support and devastating power, pivotal in shaping the fate of humanity amidst the chaotic battlefield. Within the annals of your arsenal lie two divergent yet indispensable builds, honed to both bolster your allies and unleash unbridled devastation upon our sworn adversaries. Embrace the first build, Fury's Marauder, embodying the essence of unwavering support, clad in armor tempered by the fires of conflict, armed with empowering auras and restorative blessings. In the tempest of melee, this build serves as a scythe, swiftly carving through hordes of encroaching heretics with a devastating efficiency akin to the Emperor's divine wrath. You fortify your comrades with invigorating toughness, mending wounds and emboldening their spirits, ensuring their survival against the encroaching darkness. Alternatively, unleash the Ordinance Sentinel build, a relentless force wielded with calculated destruction. Armed to the teeth with explosive ordnance and devastating implements, you become the embodiment of divine retribution. Your arsenal ignites with the Emperor's wrath, raining down havoc upon adversaries, purging their ranks with relentless precision and righteous fury. The explosive might of this demolitionist build not only raises enemies, but also serves as a beacon of support, fortifying allies amidst the chaos. Whether you choose to be the steadfast Marauder or the vengeful Sentinels, both builds empower you to lead your team through the darkest of challenges, crushing all who dare to stand against the Imperium. So rally your squad, steel your resolve, and embark on this perilous journey through the darkness. For in Warhammer 40k Darktide, the fate of humanity rests upon your shoulders. Primary weapon. Alright boys, what I love about these builds is that although we have two diverging paths on the talent tree, both of them utilize the same weapon and curio loadout, making these builds easier to put together as you won't have to farm materials for more than one loadout. But the talents will drastically change the performance of your arsenal and how you employ them on the battlefield. Alright, up first is the Chainsword, and man, this one is an unforgiving one to roll because we're going for all of the modifiers: damage, shred, penetration, finesse, and mobility, in that order pretty much. The Chainsword is so strong and it's truly a superb offensive tool. Damage is pretty clear as to why it's needed, but we need shred and penetration so that we can better deal with armored enemies, and lastly, we make good use of mobility for our dodge slides. Because the veteran is squishier than our nutsack, boys, so if you plan on playing aggro like I do, those dodges gotta be in order. When I say play aggro, that means I run and gun as if I was in a Call of Duty lobby. For perks, I took damage to unarmored enemies because I want the ability to quickly clear the area of enemy clutter so that specialists don't sneak in through the guise of the chaos the weaker enemies are causing. I took damage to flak because again, these are part of the group of enemies I want to clear quickly so they don't overwhelm the team. And guys, as a reminder, I play my shit on Auric Damnation. You will get overwhelmed. It's the very point of Auric missions. They're meant to unfairly challenge you. For blessings, I took Rampage and Savage Sweep. These will further bolster your ability to clear the path for your team. Secondary weapon. Before I start with the plasma gun, I want to mention that this weapon has a triple animation cancel to efficiently reload, and I'll be covering it in the Sentinel plasma gun tips section for those that need it. For modifiers, we're looking for damage, charge rate, and thermal resistance. If you get one with good ammo, that's totally a plus, but I generally don't run into ammo issues with either of these builds. Stopping power isn't needed. You'll delete enemies too quickly to make use of it. For perks, I took damage to maniacs because rages are an issue, and damage to carapace enemies. Depending on the talent build, we'll be able to either one-shot or two-shot crushers from them. For blessings, I took shattering impact to add brittle on the bosses, and gets hot to delete those heretics with that added crit. For curios, I took 2+ health and 1+ toughness. My perks on each curio are combat ability regeneration to use our ability as frequently as possible. toughness percentage for durability, and lastly, I would recommend resistance, as we're only playing with 2 bars of wound, and I've just been put in too many situations where we have bad luck and have a burster explode on us, or a goddamn nerdle that wants to give you that Gok 9000 and swallow you whole.
Alright gentlemen, here is the updated build for the Marauder class, now in patch 16. We will be picking up Close Order Drill and Confirm Kill for survival. We'll continue down the middle and picking up Crack Grenade, which in this build we're really doing the Crack Grenade to eliminate Carapace targets when we're in bad situations. We'll swing over to the right, pick up Agile Engagement, and pick up Serrated Blade. We're also going to go ahead and pick up Close Kill. Then we'll go down towards the middle, pick up our support. Pick up Demolition Stockpile. Then we'll pick up our support ability, Voice of Command, with Duty and Honor, its Augment. We're going to go down the middle, pick up For the Emperor for the damage boost when we're using our ability. We'll pick up Tactical Awareness. We'll pick up Iron Will, and we will be picking up the plus 25% toughness. Then we're going to go ahead and swing over to the right and pick up Close Quarter Kill Zone, as this is a melee emphasized build. We'll pick up Reciprocity, Desperado, Exploit Weakness. We'll pick up the Toughness Boost node, Trench Fighter Drill, and then we'll pick up our Keystone, which is Weapon Specialist. Pick up the modifiers Always Prepared and On Your Toes. Alright boys, here are the updated talents in patch 16 for our Sentinel build. We're going to go ahead and pick up Long Shot so that we don't have any drop off and damage with our plasma gun, as we'll be using that shit like a sniper. We're going to the middle and picking up Close Order Drill and Confirm Kill for survival. We're then going to swing to the left and pick up our Shredder Frag Grenade, which is going to be our bread and butter in this Demolitionist build. We're then going to go towards the middle, pick up Grenade Tinkerer to enhance our frag grenade damage, and Fire Team Aura for increased damage percentage that we're going to give to ourselves and the team. We're then going to swing to the right and pick up Grenadier to further enhance our Demolitionist build, and come back to the middle, further enhancing our Demolitionist build, picking up Demolition Stockpile and Twin Blast because we're going to cause some big explosions. We will pick up Voice of Command and the Augment Duty and Honor so that we can continue rounding off our support build. Then we'll go down to the left and pick up Precision Strikes to enhance our one-shot damage with our plasma gun. We will then go back to the middle and finish off our build, picking up Born Leader, For the Emperor, Tactical Awareness, Demolition Team, Inspiring Presence, Iron Will for survival, Toughness Boost, Competitive Urge, and then we'll pick up our Keystone, which is Focus Target, and because we're a support and we're going to continue enhancing our team's ability to stay alive and being a Toughness Battery, we will be picking up the Keystone modifier, which is Target Down. We will be giving the team 5% toughness per stack, and we will be stacking up to 5, so that's 25% toughness when we kill an enemy that we have marked.
Marauder playstyle tips. This build is hella aggressive and rewards you for constantly being in the enemy's face, throwing all caution to the mother-loving wind. You will mainly play with your Chainsword, scoring kills to stack up your weapon specialist stacking buff to 10. When we switch to our plasma gun, we'll be rewarded with 20% range attack speed and 330% critical hit chance on the next shot, because we're getting 2% range attack speed and 33% critical hit chance per stack of weapon specialist, which happens to stack up to 10. The 20% attack speed and 330% hit chance that you get allows you to charge your next plasma shot even faster and hit like a goddamn cannon. We also have Always Prepared, which gives us 3.3% ammo replenishment into our clip per stack. So at 10 stacks, that's 33% of our plasma gun ammo that gets refilled, reducing, if not entirely eliminating, the need to reload the plasma gun. We also have On Your Toes, which will grant us 20% toughness every time we switch between melee and range. And we can't forget that we also picked up Agile Engagement, which increases our damage by 25% on your other weapon when you score a kill with your current weapon. From range, you only build one stack of weapon specialists, so when you switch from range to melee, you'll be granted with a 15% attack speed and 10% dodge speed buff, which pairs really well with reciprocity, which gives us stacking crit chance when we successfully dodge. Marauder Plasma Gun Tips. This build promotes more melee engagement than range, but when you switch to your plasma gun, it's because you're gonna blast heretics into the 42nd millennium. Don't be afraid to use your plasma gun like a shotgun, and make use of that talent always prepared to reload your ammo for you instead. I can't stop reminding you guys that you have to constantly switch weapons to make good use of the 25% extra damage that agile engagement is granting us. Marauder Chainsword Tips. It only takes one kill from the plasma gun for our weapon specialist talent to grant us increased attack speed and dodge. So blast one fool with your plasma gun and switch back to your chainsword to benefit from those free stats. This weapon should mainly be used with light attacks to make better use of the increased attack speed you get from weapon specialists and the stacking buffs that exploit weakness gives. Sentinel Playstyle. One-shot Marauders? Check. One-shot Reapers? Check. One-shot Crushers? Double check. Where the Marauder build focuses on melee combat, the Sentinel build focuses on wreaking havoc with a combination of your endless frag grenades and your trusty plasma gun, which when paired with focused target makes you question how it's even possible that you're supporting your team and also being a sniper taking out specialists and elites with the Emperor's might. This build has far less components to track, as we don't have anything that will reward us for weapon swapping. The objective is to allow focus target to reach 5 stacks and apply it to whatever enemy you want deleted. It's that simple. This build allows you to engage the enemy mostly at range and gives you an unparalleled ability to manage excess hordes of enemies with your frag grenades. Sentinel Plasma Gun Tips. The good old plasma gun. Gentlemen, if you're anything like me, you may have or may actually dislike the plasma gun. For me at least, because I enjoy feeling a fast-paced gameplay, automatic weapons really does that for me. So making the change to the plasma gun requires an adjustment in the way that you traditionally engage the enemy, because this gun doesn't immediately shoot its projectile, as there is a small instance of charge time before it shoots. And I'm not talking about actually aiming it. If you just plainly shoot, the reticule has to contract a little bit before it's actually letting off its shot, making it so you have to anticipate where your enemies will go or where your shot will land. This is especially so when you want to charge your weapon for a big shot at the cost of more heat. So first things first, the plasma gun functions a lot like the Psyker, where you build heat on your weapon, and if you were to use it after it reaches 100%, it'll explode and kill you. There are two ways to let off heat from the weapon. One is to utilize the special action button to dissipate some heat slowly at the cost of it hurting some of your toughness. You'll get used to this though, it's no biggie, and we run high toughness on our build anyways. The other method is to reload the weapon, and that will release all heat from it without causing damage to you. For the Sentinel build, you'll be letting off steam in small bursts instead of reloading. That way we also take advantage of the gets hot blessing we have on our gun, which gives us increased crit chance with higher heat levels. Eventually, you'll need to reload, and this is how you'll do it. The plasma gun has 3 audio cues of when you can hit the run button to cancel the animation while reloading. The first sound and cancel will be when you remove the cap of the gun. You will visually see the heat leaving the gun and the vapor coming out when you remove the cap. It's when you hear the vapor come out that you hit the first cancel. Then reload it again, and the second audio cue will be when the cap is being placed back on. You'll hear a kink sound, and that's when you hit your next animation cancel. Lastly, the top vapor cap will spin twice and make a sound on each spin. You'll cancel with a run on the sound of the first spin, and now you've reloaded your weapon successfully and efficiently. It will take some getting used to. At the beginning, I would be guided by the sound cues, but eventually I just developed muscle memory behind it. Sentinel Chainsword tips. The plasma gun shouldn't be used for hordes or weaker flak type enemies. Instead, we use the Chainsword to clear those, and especially when we're backed up against a corner, this is the weapon of choice to clear up some space before we swap back to the plasma gun again. Sentinel Blitz tips. My only tip is to utilize these often. Avoid using them against carapace types. It's amazing the way you clear a room in no time, tossing out 2 to 4 of them all at once without fear of running out because you're going to regain them back again quickly. Voice of Command tips. Use this often, as you'll be the toughness battery your team may not deserve but definitely needs. Always keep an eye on how many are in your coherency and try to get at least 3 of you with the buff, since we can't always control where everyone goes in a public match. Remember that your ability has a knockback, making it easier to get your squad mates up or push enemies back when you need space to use your plasma gun. Yo, I hope you guys enjoyed the guide. Let me know what you guys think, and if you tried it out, I'd love to hear what you guys are doing with your support builds. And if you guys feel a little squishy as veterans, let me know as well too. Subscribe, my boys. It's going to allow me to eventually be monetized and will only be able to let me focus further on the channel and delivering you guys the entertainment you deserve. Deuces.